All right, today we're going to go ahead and dive into the top end rebuild of a 2024 Husky 300 TE. First, as you can see, the seats are already removed. I'll then go and take off the pipe guard and skid plate. The tank has to come off along with the shrouds. I have new plastic for the shrouds, so I'll remove the shrouds. Normally you would just leave the shrouds on. And then from there, we'll start diving into it. So let's see how it goes. Now, with those springs removed, I'm going to go ahead and remove this pipe guard, and then I'll remove the pipe. Right, so with the pipe removed, I'm then going to drain the coolant. It's this little guy right here, and it says coolant. So I'll loosen this, take this out, and then I'll have to loosen the radiator cap to let it drain. With the radiator fluid drained and the plug put back in and secured, I'm going to go ahead and remove some radiator hoses so I can go ahead and have more room to replace my top end. And you'll always get a little bit of radiator fluid left over in there, just the way it is. Alright, so next we're going to take off these covers here. If you're wondering about the plastic bag, I just don't want dirt to get into my radiators. Simple as that. But for now, we're just going to take off these covers, and that's just an 8mm. And then next I'll remove the motor mounts from the top of the head. All right, we already loosened. All right, we already loosened these bolts, so now I'm just going to take this off. Again, might take a little bit of gentle prying. And again, all that looks normal, and there should be some oil in there. All that looks pretty normal. All right, what I need to do now is remove this hose here. This is the crankcase pressure sensor. It looks a little bit different than it would from the factory. What I did is a couple different companies sell it's pretty much a 90-degree aluminum piece, and it's supposed to keep oil and gunk out of the crankcase pressure sensor, thus having that sensor fail less frequently, as they sometimes do. I've had this on for 70 hours, and it's worked great. This crankcase pressure sensor adapter, if you want to call it that, was from Pin-It Racing. So I'll just go ahead and remove that screw there, that clamp, and take it off. With everything removed, I can go ahead and start loosening these bolts. And I'm just going to loosen them for now, and then I'll go ahead and take off the head cover cap. All right, once I have these bolts loosened, I'm just going to go ahead and take off this cap. And about the only thing that's not metric is the spark plug. That is a 13/16 to loosen that. So now I'm just taking off these bolts. I already removed the spark plug. All right. And here's kind of a common problem. So I took the cover to the head off, and you still have this in place. If this doesn't easily come out, put your spark plug back in the top and it'll pull right out. Bolts loose. I'm going to go ahead and loosen these bolts, and we'll check out the piston. I tried getting the cylinder off, and I was unable to do so because I have these aftermarket radiator guards on. So went ahead and removed both radiators. Now I'm taking the bracket for the guard completely off, and then the cylinder should be able to slide out. This kind of came out a little easier than I thought. What I had to do was lift it up, make sure the piston was at the bottom of the stroke, and then I could rotate it and then take it out. So I was just trying to lift it straight out, but if you follow that, it came out pretty easy. Everything looks good in here as far as no wear along the piston or the cylinder wall. Everything looks good here. I'll clean it up, obviously replace these rings, and we will go ahead and show you the piston next. Kind of hard to see, but right in here is a little tiny sear clip. If you look, it's kind of hard to see, but right in here there's a little tiny clip that you have to take out. So we'll do that next and remove the piston. So here's the piston. It's I wiped it off a little bit. Normally kind of gunky, but looks great. So right now my bike has 70.8 hours on it, and I could have definitely gone a little further than that. So looks fine. My piston cylinder wall looks fine, so that's the big thing. Yeah, looks good. So we'll put a new one in. And then this bearing here just comes right on out. And there is almost no play in that, which is phenomenal. So that's great. So when we're moving these old gaskets, I try to be kind of ginger because, well, I'll show you why. There's a little bit of silicone here, but what I want to do is I want to measure the old gasket, then match it with a new one of the same size.